M&M's. W and W's. Howdy, tubers. TJ Pyramid here. This is my video for Falagar, aka Sammy, his second contest. Two questions plus an optional third question, which I will be answering because I fear no question. Okay, so here we go. The first question is basically, what was your first video game? More specifically, I believe you wanted RPG video game, role-playing game. And if you don't have the video game thing, then board game or whatever. What about it did you like, and did it turn you into a gamer? Well, as you can see, I still play video games to this day. I would have to say, well, I'll say my first video game was basically back like Pac-Man on like the Atari 2600. Even before then, my brother owned Pong. So, yeah, I could say that. But I'll go to my first role-playing game. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was probably like, I want to say like, can't really remember, either Final Fantasy 3 or Phantasy Star 2. I can remember playing both of them so well. I'll just go with Phantasy Star 2 on the Sega Genesis. I remember buying it or getting it for my birthday or whatever, and it came with like a little guide that was like bundled onto the Sega Genesis Phantasy Star 2 case, the little strategy guide, which was absolutely awesome. That I would love to be able to find and own that again. I just remember playing that game, and one character in specific in it, N-E-I, was like a little girl, like dressed in purple, and she had like elf ears. I just remember, and her weapon were like these two metal batons. I just remember her being such a badass, and so many fond memories of that game, of like cracking open the little strategy guide and like helping my way through, because that game is really hard without a strategy guide. Usually I can make it through a role-playing game and get the gist of stuff down, but that game is just really hard. I don't know if it would be now, but I remember it being pretty hard. And I remember getting to the end of the game. I won't say nothing, but I remember how badass it was, because it shows your characters at the bottom of the screen here, and then this part of the screen up here is just like the boss, like the big bad. And just taking forever and ever. Seemed like the battle went on for like 40 minutes. But after that, I was just hooked on RPGs and video games in general. I just always liked the thought of the video game, of how creative people have to be to put them out, how smart they have to be able to make them. I just did a tribute video that I uploaded a couple days ago on this game here, Borderlands 2, about how brilliant of a game this is. You know, this is a game that took over 200 people to make, and it just shows you how good a video game can be. There are some video games out there that I played that are just absolutely brilliant, and of course there's some I play and I'm like, why the hell did this get made? No, did Creative Control not catch this piece of turd before it flew out of the ass of the video game company? I don't know. But yeah, I love video games. I probably always will. But I'll go with Phantasy Star 2 as my first real role-playing game. I did, however, play the shake and bake dice roll D&D. Kind of put my own modified twist on that too. I didn't really like how they had things laid out, but that's a different video. There's the dog in the background. He's looking for M&Ms. Don't tell him where they are. And so now the second question here is, take a 6-sided dice, which of course I have right here in this drawer. I have a bag of dice and batteries. Why do I have a mixture of dice and batteries? I don't know. So here we go. This little 6-sided die. I also have some old role-playing game dice, like the 8-sided, 4-sided, the really big 100-sided. It's fun to play. And take a 6-sided die. And I told Sammy in the video that I didn't really understand this part, so I just said I was going to, do whatever I could. Once roll the dice, get to 10, you win. If you bust, go over 10, then you lose, you die. So yeah, I got my dice. I need something to roll on here. Let's use this book here. Let's use the book to the Prisoner TV show. Okay, so he wants me to tell a story. Okay, here I go. And keep it sword and sorcery. Okay, so I put on my gladiator sandals this morning and I got up and I went out. I was just going on a random stroll through evergreen forest, the beautiful forest, and the white rushing water was passing by me, so I decided to go take a little dip, get the tips of my toes wet in the water. So I went over there and I noticed there was this big old fat ogre looking giant thing sleeping. So I was like, well, boy, I want to get in this water, but I don't want to wake up that big old fat mongrel over there. So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to try to get in there. So as I'm tiptoeing my way ever so daintily down to the stream, a crack of lightning hits this tree and breaks a branch and drops into the water. And this ogreish-looking, pus-filled beast of a monster wakes up and grunts and groans and stands up and looks at me and he's like, you want a piece? I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. So I pull out my sweet sword, run at him like a bat out of hell. I'm striking for that son of a bitch's throat. It's a 3. Strike again. Going to stab him straight in his eye. It's a 2. So that's 5. Okay, so here we go. I jump up in the air, yell some sweet summoning words. My sword turns into this flame-throwing dragon-type sword. I swing it around my head like a helicopter blade, and I'm just going to cut this dude into shreds. I'm going to be a sword tornado going around this weird thing's body. 6. So I guess, all in all, my whole sword technique of the flaming sword cyclone, I didn't really practice it that well. So I end up chopping myself into bits and pieces and falling into the water. The ogre sits back down, eats my body parts, and lays back down and finishes his nap. Well, so there's that. That didn't turn out well. Oh well. I'll get my revenge. Resurrection, ever heard of it? So there we go. Now, the optional third question is one of Sammy's good ones. So basically, there's a couple different options here. You have a uncontrollable hard-on, like that show, like that commercial where you say, if you have a hard-on lasting longer than 4 hours, go see your doctor. You know, if you're turning around and taking chunks out of the wall with your wiener, probably time to go do something. So you can cut all the veins, which I guess will make it splurt blood and it'll go back to being limp. You just have a bloody limp thing hanging there. So either that or the other option is to have like a shard of glass push down your pee hole till it goes bing. And every time you try to pee, ooh, pss, blood, blood, blood. So those are the options. Well, I don't really think I want the shard of glass because I think that the pain for that would last longer because it would take longer for me to pee that out. But, on the other hand, yeah, I have to take my cutters and cut the veins to harness the dragon in my drawers. Yes, I've made my decision. I would take the cutters, wire cutters, bolt cutters. Bolt cutters would probably be better because they're bigger. Bigger and nastier means more blood. Bigger, badder, better. Just sit on back. Splursh, splursh, squish, blish, blush. Blood gush, blood gush. Ah. Blood, 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 puddle, puddle, puddle. So yeah. There we go. That's what I would do. You just use cutters. Which vein do I cut? The blue one or the green one? Which vein do I cut? The blue one? Is it the red vein? What are you dogs listening to? Earmuffs, guys. Earmuffs. So, yeah. The red vein or the blue vein? What would you do? So there we go. I guess that's what I would do. I would just cut the veins, and I guess after I do that, I could go get some type of medical treatment. So there we go. Hope I answered all 3 questions. I don't think I missed anything. I wrote them down again just to be sure. Hope nobody picks this up and sees, like, you have an uncontrollable hard-on. Sever each vein. Pick that up and be like, okay. Hello? Mental institution? Yeah. I have a boy here by the name of TJ Pyramid that I'd like to have stuck in your facility. I found a paper when he was talking about video games and dice and hard-ons. Thank you. So yeah, there we go. Great question, Sammy. Hope I win this time. Let's see what happens. Cheers. Everybody enter this. It's fun. Comment down below. Subscribe. Spread the word. See y'all later. Okay, guys. You can take off your earmuffs. I'm done saying the word cock. Adios.